Hi, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. First, I want to thank Gina and Nadeem for the invite. And as I was invited to speak here, I thought to myself, what could I possibly add value, like the likes of Siemens or SAP and IBM, etc. However, I wanted to present, from an investment perspective. So I'm not an innovation guy. I'm not a technology-driven guy. Neither is our firm, although we have a technology silo of which we choose to invest through. However, getting a view from an investment professional or investment firm is very, very important. I'll tell you a little bit about ADFG for those of you who don't know us. Abu Dhabi Financial Group is an Abu Dhabi-based investment manager. We manage approximately $5 billion, and we do so in three distinct silos. The first is financial services, the second is real estate, and the third is technology. Essentially, all of our platforms or all of our investments have a technological aspect to them. Just so I don't have to reiterate what everybody else has said before me, and more eloquently, I must say, I'm just going to go through a little bit of what my thoughts are in terms of technology, innovation, and the challenges that face SMEs, because essentially the forum here is to provide SMEs with a better understanding of how to navigate the waters that we stand in today, whether it's innovation, whether it's survival, whether it's financial capabilities, and so forth. So I'm just going to go through a few slides until I get to what essentially I wanted to present, which is a case study that's specific to ADFG and what we've done to embrace technology and innovation and how that has helped us. So challenges that face SMEs today, again, it's lack of optimized solutions, lack of access to information, new entrants into the market, of which have been mentioned all before. These all contribute to the challenges that face the SME market today from an innovation perspective. Obviously, SMEs make up a huge percentage of the GDP growth of this region at approximately 40%. I'll move away from the slide so you can see, sorry. 40%, but yet they face multiple challenges. And these challenges, encompass themselves in several aspects of the everyday workings in business. So lack of optimized business processes, which means that there are plenty of inefficiencies. Companies are not investing properly to get to the next stage of innovation. They're stagnating. They're having to compete with those that come in and have better technology, better product, better customer experience, and experience has been, spoken about in ample today. Is innovation critical for every aspect of business? Absolutely. It doesn't matter whether it's like our industry, or an investment environment, or whether it is a delivery of product, or even delivery of food and manufacturing of food. Innovation is very, very critical. It's got, product, business models, and business processes all make up the business environment that you operate in. Today they talk a lot about, and my team has mentioned it here in the slides, disruptive technology, disruptive technology, disruptive technology. In my humble opinion, this is an enhanced technology. Disruptive technology simply means that they've taken an existing technology and done it better, or have created a new product in an environment where this product didn't exist. I saw a few presentations back where they spoke about an industry that started in the 1970s and moved up, and they had to reach 100 million. It took them 10 years, 100 billion revenue, and then it took 2 years for another company to do so. But what we forget is that at that time, that company used the optimal technology available for them at that moment. And 2 years ago, the new companies that are coming about are using the optimal technologies that are available for them today. And in the future, it will be the same thing. If you don't innovate, and if you do not keep up with the pace, you will eventually become obsolete. So, brings me to the next point. How relevant is technology and innovation in being relevant to the market? So, essentially, in a world where everybody's connected, in a world where, this says 90% of the population using smartphones by 2025. And there's 20.4 billion IoT devices connected by 2020. So everything is driven by technology and innovation today. Everything in the sense that the way we do business today is definitely going to be much more enhanced and much more susceptible to other challenges coming in the future. So from an investment perspective, we look at technology to bring in new sources of revenues, additional customer channels, and we also look at tackling the problems of ample information, access to markets, and even geographical boundaries. Geographical boundaries, although technology and data flow very, very easily between continents, but geography is still relevant because your consumers are specific in specific geographies and so forth. So we have to be very much wary in mind. How do people embrace technology? So you either acquire new skills or you develop and innovate and become a leader in creating new business processes. Nothing is easy, unfortunately. So I'm going to move now to the slide that I really wanted to discuss, or the couple of slides, is how ADFG has embraced innovation and technology. We're not an SME, but nevertheless, it's a good example of how us, a company, a multi-billion-dollar asset manager, still needed, even though we're successful at what we do, still needed to embrace innovation and technology. Now, it's worthy mentioning that we're not only trying to become leaders in disruptive technologies, but we've already become leaders in disrupting markets. So ADFG has always been a pioneer in terms of the investment activities that we conduct, and we've disrupted the local way of investing and thinking. And it has, paid back multiples in dividends. Our most recent fund, which is a constructive activism fund, has a track record of 430% IRR, and that's predominantly also technology-driven. So how did we embrace innovation in Case Point? So I will discuss Maisonette. One of the platforms that we invest through, or one of the silos of our investments, is real estate. Real estate encompasses a large part of our investments, and not only locally, but globally. So we're centric in London, and we're also Eastern European and GCC exposure. Maisonette is a real estate ERP solution with complete sales cycle management and financial management modules. Early last year, we realized that we've got so much real estate property investments, both from a development aspect as well as yielding plays and hospitality, and we've been monitoring them in a very much traditional way, how the industry has been doing it for so many years. Then we realized in order for this to make more sense for us and for us to be able to extract more value from this investment, we needed a platform that will allow us to control, manage, monitor, and possibly exit or add to this existing platform. So we looked around and found a company called Maisonette. And through our technology silo, we do two things. We develop in-house technologies, and the other side of the coin is that we invest in companies that have a technology that will help us do our business better, which is the main problem. So Maisonette features a real estate development project to track and manage all materials, all contracts, all service providers in these projects. It has a CRM. It controls, manages, and monitors our lease and sales agreements, as well as post-data checks for those rental properties that we have and so forth, which was an impossible task to do on an Excel sheet previous to this. Automating it made it so much easier. Finance and reporting, we do monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and annual reporting, and all now through Maisonette. And we customized the software for Abu Dhabi and Dubai and the 7 Emirates, where we've got a predominant existence, but as well for central London and Eastern Europe. So how did we do this? So before Maisonette, like I said, we had plenty of staff doing all different kinds of functions, all to come to a conclusion at the end, one simple report that now is being produced solely by a company called Mesonet. So today, we own a significant share in Mesonet because not only did we see the value in the company and in the product that they're delivering, but Mesonet also helps us run our business better, which is very, very important. Forgive me, I'm not going to go through point by point, but I'm just trying to, illustrate the fact that innovation and technology is very, very important, even for the investment industry. And you guys have been inundated with information previous to this. In conclusion, Mesonet has become one of the pillars of our technology platform. And it's done so by providing us with a solution that makes our lives easier and makes the lives of our investors easier. So our investors now get a monthly report highlighting all their investments, how their portfolio has been performing, and allows them a clear insight into what has historically been a difficult thing to do. Now, one aspect of technology that I haven't heard anybody speak about, but it's very, very important for everybody to understand, is the ethical responsibility behind technology or associated with technology. So everybody says about robots playing in Brazil, robots and machines manufacturing anything from cars to delivering drones for Amazon and so forth. But there's an aspect of ethical awareness that we need to be very, very wary of, and I call for everybody to do so. The co-founders of LinkedIn and eBay, I believe, had invested $20 million in an AI ethical investment platform, and that's just to ensure that the human element of technology is not eroded. If everything becomes technologically driven, then what do we do with the human capacity that we have and we need to address? And with that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for listening.